Back, real ones. Thank you for coming back to the channel. What's good? If you're not a real one already, my name is Daja Imara, and on this channel I recreate makeup and hair looks done on celebrities by the best hairstylists and makeup artists, as well as some wig transformations, which is what I did for this video. So as you can see, I did this red hair that I think came out so bomb. It was really fun to do. It was very time consuming. Not even gonna lie about that, but it was fun. So if you guys are interested in how I get this red color, let's get into the video. But I first want to let you guys know that, you know, this hair took 4 days to do. This was not something that you can do overnight. I started from a 1B color and I brought it all the way to this red. So I had to lighten it. I had to, you know, get it real. It just took a long ass time, and you're going to see that in the tutorial. But I just want you guys to know ahead of time, this is not something you can do in one day. Okay, making a wig itself is a long time, but coloring it and styling it and cutting it and all that, it takes 4 complete full days. So yeah, hope you guys, if you guys are actually interested, I just wanted to let you know what you're getting yourself into. So let's get into the video, and don't forget to subscribe, boo. Okay, so let's start off with all the products that you'll need for the wig. So we're just going to need a couple of different combs, some shears, and a razor comb. You'll need 20 developer, bleaching powder, dye tinting bowls, and dye brushes to mix the bleach up. And then these are the 4 different shampoos plus the conditioner that I used for the hair. All of them were very necessary. And then this is the hair that I used in the lengths from Alipearl. And then lastly, what you want to use is the hair dye, and I used Kiss Tintation hair dye in the color Intense Red and Red Storm. Okay, so to start off, we are going to bleach the knots on the 360 frontal. So what I'm doing now is just taking out the package and getting it ready to be bleached. So basically what I'm doing is mixing the bleach powder and developer together, and then I'm bleaching the knots with a knife. So I'm using that instead of a brush to actually bleach the knots. And you know, it's pretty self-explanatory. You guys have seen me do this before. If you want a more detailed video on this, I definitely have videos I've done before on this. And then after I bleach the knot on that, it's time to move on to the actual bundles. I basically just, you know, dipped in the hair dye and repeated the same step on both sides. Very self-explanatory. Make sure I'm saturating. Saturation is key when it comes to bleaching, because you want to make sure that you are getting all of the hair, and so there's no streaks in it. So this is just day 1. I'm just bleaching and getting as much as I possibly can. Make sure you're saturating the hair so you don't get any streaks, and you get you pretty much get all of the hair dyed blonde and not just have some black streaks in between. But that's why we dye it twice. So this is day 1, just making sure I get as much possible bleach on this first bundle for this first day. So after I'm bleaching the knots, bleach every bundle, I go ahead and with the purple shampoo, and I get rid of the brassiness from the 360 frontal. So I only use the purple shampoo for the 360 frontal to wash out the bleach. And then after that dried, I went ahead and bleached that. Now what I'm doing is rinsing out the bleach from all of the bundles. And I'm just rinsing out until the water that's coming out is no longer yellow, because that's all the bleach coming out. So I'm rinsing out until the water is no longer yellow, because then I'll know all the bleach is out of the hair. Then I took the color shampoo and I lathered it up in the hair. And then I set that down and then moved on to the next bundle. Did the same thing for all 3 bundles. Used the first color shampoo, and then yeah. And then that just completed day 1. You just use the blue color shampoo, and then I moisturize them with the conditioner. Let that sit on the bundles for about 10 minutes. And then I let them dry overnight. Then the next day I did the same exact thing, bleached all the bundles, because you're not going to get, all the strands in the first day, and you want to make sure it's lightened enough so that the whole red color will take. So I did the same exact thing. Mix my developer and bleach together. I'm combing through it, making sure I'm getting all the strands, saturating it as much as possible, and I repeated this step for all the bundles. And this one in particularly, on the second day, I wanted to make sure I got the roots so that the roots weren't black. So, like I said, making sure I'm saturating it and I'm getting all the strands, get as many strands as possible. And this is me making sure I'm getting the roots for the 360 frontal, because this is like one of the most important parts, because this is going to be the perimeter of my head. So I'm just doing basically I'm touching up the roots for the 360 front. What I did is mix all 3 of the shampoos, put them in a bucket, and this is where after I've bleached all of the hair and left the developer. Both days I left the developer on the hair for 30 minutes each for each bundle. So what I'm doing on day 2 is saturating them in the shampoo to make sure that the color is nice and doesn't damage the hair, to make sure the hair is nice and healthy and ready for color. So I'm saturating them, rinsing out all the bleach and saturating them into the shampoo. I put that in the shampoo for about an hour. So all the bundles and the 360 frontal was sitting in this bucket of shampoo for about an hour. And then I did that, let it sit in an hour, and then the next day, let them dry overnight. And then the next day, it's time to dye the hair red. So this is day 3. So I'm mixing the hair dye in the tint bowl, and then I'm just applying it on the blonde hair now. Very self-explanatory. As you'll see, it took 2 days to lighten it to this color so that the red would take. In here, I'm just saturating this as much as possible, especially getting those roots of the of the bundles. So we're just making sure that this is nice and lathered up and drenched. These bundles are basically drenched in the red. I did not want any blonde pieces peeking at all. So making sure it's nice and drenched and saturated. And then I let the color, after I dyed all the bundles, I let the color sit on the hair for about 2 hours. And then once it came to the 360 frontal, what you want to do so that you don't get red on your lace is saturated with some, apply some Vaseline on the lace so that the red dye doesn't seep through the lace. And then I did it kind of like I did the bleach. I did it by the roots starting off, and then I went ahead and lathered up the rest of the hair. So I started off by the roots, and then I went and took the bigger brush and dyed the rest of the blonde. After 2 hours, I rinsed out all the hair, shampooed it with the red Repair Ion shampoo, and then the moisture, and I let it sit on there for about 10 minutes. And then I use the moisture conditioner and let that sit for about another 15 minutes, and then let it dry overnight. And then to get the Vaseline out of the 360 frontal, I used Dawn soap. What mistake I did, because even after it dried, it was still kind of stringy with some Vaseline residue, is you should drench it in the Dawn soap, like let it sit in a bucket with Dawn soap for about 30 minutes, and then try to wash it out, and then use shampoo. Let that Dawn soap sit in the 360 frontal. So here, what I did is got my dome cap, and I'm applying my 360 frontal first. If you want to know a detail on how I make wigs, I will link the video below. But this is basically me making the 360 portion first, and then I'm just going to make the rest of the wig, which I'm going to show off camera because I have a whole video on how I make wigs. So if you want to see that, definitely check the description box below. And then it was time to install and style the wig. Like I said, I have another video on how I install my lace front wigs, very detailed, and this video was about the color, so that's why I didn't go into detail with that. So if you guys want to see how I install my wigs, definitely check out those videos before. And that is the remainder. That's basically it, how you make the wig. I will let you guys watch the rest of it, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, so here is the complete look. Clearly I need to learn better with this cutting and styling, but I think I did a good job. I've never colored hair before. Like I said, this took 4 freaking days. I had to color it twice, then I had to put the red in, then I had to make the wig, then I had to style and cut the wig, then I had to install the wig. It took forever, but it was so worth it because I love the results. Like, it looks really, really good. For this my first time doing this, and you know, layering it and all that, it was really bomb. And yeah, so like I said, I probably wouldn't wear this hair straight until I wash it again. Like I said, if you're going to be if you do the method I did with putting Vaseline on the lace to make sure that the color doesn't seep through it, drench it in shampoo and then wash it. Like, wash it twice, you know, like I did with the lace, and then drench it in shampoo to make sure it gets out. Because the lace, the 360 portion, is real like stringy and shiny because it still has some of the Vaseline on it. So this gonna have to be another wash before it all looks good. But yeah, so I think I did a good job, y'all. Like, this color is bomb. I love it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, this was really, really fun. It took 4 days. Obviously I could have did like a 613 color and then just put the red directly on it, but you know, I wanted the challenge. I wanted to see if I was capable of lifting it to the color that I wanted to, and I succeeded. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and in the meantime, in between time, click the video in the playlist right here so you can go ahead and keep up with my other videos, boo. All right, peace.